Okay, so today what I'm going to be talking about is a program called PolySmt2. This program is not anything great other than they do allow it on the IB test, so there in itself is a good reason to learn it. So what this program is going to do is it actually does a lot of things. What we're going to focus on today, though, is solving systems of equations without doing elimination or substitution. And it's nice because that can kind of prevent us from making some errors. So let's go ahead and do this. We have to start off with this purple button right here. It's called Apps, and we're going to hit Apps, and we have a huge list of applications. So we can scroll down through them all, which can be a little time consuming depending on how many applications you have. Or you can kind of take the shortcut, which is to hit Alpha, the green button right here, and P, which is right here. So Alpha P will take us down to our P's, and then all of a sudden we just skipped all that and we're going to go down to PolySmt2. It probably has a better name than that, but that's what we're going to call it. So we go ahead and we go into PolySmt2, and you see down here it says press any key. So guess what? You're going to press any key, and it actually says right here solver, which is simultaneous equation solver, right? So we go down to number 2 and we hit enter. So equations. Now we talked about in class a little bit about doing 3 equations with 3 unknowns, but we're going to stick to the 2 equations, 2 unknowns. We're going to stick with our same problem. So we have it set up so we have the x's in one row, the y's equals something, right? So we have 2 equations, 2 unknowns. We're going to keep it in decimals. You can go fractions. I don't really care. Normal is probably where we want to keep it in. Floating is fine. We're not going to be doing anything with degrees or radians, so it really doesn't matter, but we generally want to keep our computer in degrees. So do you guys see it says next now? Beneath next, anytime you have buttons down here that look like this, means you have to hit one of these gray buttons down here to hit them. They're called soft keys, all right? So soft as in they can change what they mean. So now this graph button now means next. So we go ahead and hit next. We now have this. So just like earlier, same problem. We have a 2 by 3 matrix earlier we called them, but now it's just kind of looks a little bit different, but it still looks like a matrix. So we have 6 here, and this would be our x, and then we have 3 in our y's, and then we had 163. Then here we had 9, so x's and 2 y's and 200. So you just type those in. Type in 6, enter, 3, enter, 163, enter, and so on and so on. So now what we're going to do is, I think it was 163 ... Now it's not, it doesn't really matter. So once we're all done entering it, you see the soft keys down here, mode, clear, load. We can clear it all out, that's fine. Solve is the one we're going to want to hit once it's inputted. So we go ahead and just hit graph again and hit solve, and it does its work. And now it says that x1, which is the first thing we inputted, is 18.372666. You obviously would want to round. If you're in the IB, you'd want to round to 3 significant figures. And then x2 isn't really actually x2. It's the second thing we inputted, which in this case was our y's, which was 17.588. Or you would want to round that to 3 significant figures if you're in the IB program. All right, so that's all. The PolySmt will do more, and I will go into that when the time comes for that. But right now, this is the equation solver, a simultaneous equation solver for PolySmt. Thank you so much, and I hope that was helpful.